It's estimated that at least 51% of adults in America between the ages of 55 and 64 don't have a will or any of the other key documents that are normally recommended to protect your assets and to give instructions for who will receive what and when after they pass away. People who don't have an estate plan don't realize the harm that they do to their families. Death tends to bring out the good in people, but it can also bring out the worst in people. I've seen it over and over again where the families are just subjected to misery, a lot of family fights, strife, and unnecessary legal fees because there was no written roadmap for them to follow.
Marilyn took a difficult subject to talk about and made it just very relatable for the audience.
She proved herself to be a subject matter expert. She was engaging. And I'm really glad I came here today, and I highly recommend that you do this as well.
In the Bible, it says, a good man leaves an inheritance for his children. And you remember the story of Abraham, don't you? The family patriarch, father of the faith. He had an estate plan even way back then. He set out for his children and he divided up his vast holdings between the sons he had with his wife as well as the sons that he had with his concubines. This is the ultimate in blended families. He also gave instructions on where he should be buried, right next to Sarah. Those children honored the plan that the father had given, and there was no family squabbling, even in this large blended family. My delight is helping families to define what their heritage will be for generations to come so that they can avoid some of the problems experienced in other families because there has not been an estate plan. I've heard so many reasons why people don't want to do it. This is so morbid. Who wants to think about death and dying? My kids know what I want. They'll do the right thing. That's my mother right there. I'm single. Why do I need an estate plan? I don't want to give my money to those lawyers. It's just going to cost too much money. I wish you could be in my office to see the tears and to feel the crushing pain of a widow and other family members after they have lost a loved one who has no estate plan. They've had family and friends there with them up until the burial, but now the real hard work of the business of death starts. Do I have to sell this house? Can I afford this house? Where are the insurance papers? I can't get access to the bank. What do I do first, Mrs. Garner?
Marilyn is not only an expert in her industry, but she has you thinking about what you're going to be leaving behind, your legacy. What do you want to be remembered for with your friends, with your family, with your colleagues?
Planning is not just about what happens when one passes away. If you were to become ill or injured or disabled now, who will speak for you when you are unable to speak for yourself? What is your plan? The best thing you can do is the right thing. The next best thing you can do is the wrong thing, but the absolute worst thing you can do is to simply do nothing at all. Your family's life is in your hands. What will you decide for them today?